Where am I? Oh, that's right. I got the wrong one up. Ta-da! Professional streamers over here. Right. Yes. So, mhm. This thing, me, back at home, finally back at home. But the thing is, if I were riding the bus to the other place, I would have just left. Like, and so since I worked these two very long shifts in the last couple of days, I was able to probably take that down. Yeah, uh, um, leave early tonight and make the bus back home. I would have been here even earlier. I would have been here before I would have even been off work if I had gotten off the right stop. But I got off at the wrong stop, alas, and so yeah, yeah. The mic was total trash box on the last one. Um, got a chance to set the blue mic back up yet or move anything because I literally just came in the door before I started this. I brushed my teeth and took off my boots, and yeah, swear I've got something. Um, everybody's running late. We're all running late, but I'm running early. Super tired, super duper tired. But something I would have to adjust to if I was doing any of the other careers I'm looking into. Applying for some different, looking into some different careers. But I'm also looking into the one I got. Doesn't make any sense, I know. Keeping my options open. Wasn't able to get my massage today because I had to go in and start on an early shift, and but I did get to see my friend for a minute. He was out on a walk and saw him, and I don't know, interesting fella, interesting fella. We'll have to see what that amounts to. So yeah. So even though I started the stream later than I anticipated, it's still earlier than I usually am. So technically, it's on time because early is on time. Didn't make notes or think of subject matter. I'm sure I was thinking of subject matter. Um, I just forgot what it was because I didn't make any notes. Okay, we got praise on. I don't know who that is. Let's see what this is. It's news and it's new to me. So.
Lori Vallow Daybell found guilty of murdering her children after weeks of trial and deliberation. The jury of 12 making that decision today. Thanks for being with us. I'm Heidi Hatch.
I'm Mark Cabell. Tonight we look at what's next in this process for Lori Vallow Daybell and what's ahead for Chad Daybell. But first, the latest from Boise, Idaho, where our Daniel Woodruff spent the entire week monitoring all the developments.
This verdict today is years in the making, and for the family of the victims, it brings all of the bittersweet emotions you can imagine.
Answer: guilty.
As Lori Vallow Daybell was found guilty on all counts in her murder trial, it brought a smile to Larry Woodcock.
Thank you.
He and his wife, Kay, have waited for this a long time. The verdict coming just 2 days before Mother's Day.
This is what you call poetic justice, and that is a big deal.
Kay and Larry have sat throughout the weeks-long trial, listening to harrowing testimony that led jurors to convict Lori of killing her 2 children, Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow, and conspiring to kill her husband's late wife, Tammy Daybell. Even though this is a celebration, it's still emotional.
JJ, I love you. Papa wish you were here in other circumstances. Tylee, Papa loves you. Tammy, I am sorry for what happened to you. My heart hurts for these 3. This is what this has been all about.
The trial attracted attention from across the country, with a swarm of reporters.
Justice is served.
Alexis Norgard spent 6 days inside the courtroom, watching and listening.
I feel relieved that there's no way for her to get out, that she's not free anymore. Honestly, that's comforting for me.
Prosecutors called dozens of witnesses, saying Lori's crimes were motivated by money, power, and sex, along with extreme religious beliefs. The defense didn't call any witnesses, but they argued Lori was a good mother who never killed anyone and who was misled by her husband, Chad Daybell. Chad is also charged, but is being tried separately.
We're not ending this. This is not the end of this.
Larry says he'll be there when Lori is sentenced in a few months, and he'll have this message.
Why, Lori? Why?
Power, sex, and greed.
Power, sex, and greed. For what? For what?
In Boise, Idaho, Daniel Woodruff, KUTV 2 News.
All your business needs, one single platform.
Okay, I guess we just need
Go to Wix.com and get a robust booking solution that takes your business further. Set up your services, like classes.
I know, I paused that fucking thing. There's demons in the computer. I need more context. I need more information, because I'm like, I don't even know whose fucking kids those were at this point. Like, who are all these fucking people? But okay. She killed some kids, or she was convicted of killing some kids. But of course they were like, no, it was her husband's fault, I guess, or something. I don't know. Basement dweller. We'll go watch this video, because I was cracking up on this one. I left a comment at the 8-second mark. It's like, this dude sounds drunk. Already sounds drunk. He basically said, this dude is even funnier when he's pissed drunk. Oh, you can read that, huh? Maybe. I don't know. Let's watch the video. Cheap Grace versus Cheaper Grace.
The dude is in the house. Man, it's so good to see you. God bless. Good to see you, Paul.
Good to see you, Paul. I love you so much. I love Charles so much. I love you guys.
Thanks.
I love Sparrow. I love Olive. I love all you guys. You're my brothers and sisters in Christ, and I love you.
We love you, man. Much love to you.
Check this out, Praise. Even if
back at you.
Yeah, back at you, Paul. We all love you.
Well, in Revelation, so lest people think I'm making this up, it talks about false apostles.
Yeah, you're one of them.
Who just said that?
I did.
Who is that? Heffy?
The dude saved us said that you're one of the false ones.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. You have no basis in Scripture to call somebody not saved. You're building a case here based on your own theology.
With all due respect, I'm free grace.
Yeah, you're not free grace. You're
okay. All right. So set up a debate. Set up a debate.
Free grace. Listen.
No, I've been listening. You're a Jack Smack. You're a Jack.
I've been
forget
holding
about your
my
tongue. You are
I've
a
been
Jack
holding
Smack
my
perseverance in the free
I've been
grace doctrine.
holding my tongue on your face, fat ass. And listen, you're not free grace.
Well, you can debate it.
You've explained every way that you are a conditionalist through this entire thing. That you're like, oh, I got this. I connected this dot. I connected this dot. I connected this dot.
Are you connecting the dots and me connecting
I'm
the
connecting
dots?
the dots for you. You are not free grace. You have created an illusion for people that you're free grace.
All
You're
right.
not
Well,
free
I got one passage left to share, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
and
you got
Praise
nothing.
can have fun.
Listen, you got nothing.
No, don't
Here's
leave,
the
Paul.
passage I got
Please.
for you. Here's the passage I got for you. 2 Timothy 2:19. Only the Lord knows those that are his. And if you have some special, some huge thing that you think that you got, that you know something beyond the Lord, tell us.
You don't understand my argument, man.
Only the Lord knows those that are his. You are full of shit. You know what?
Are you drinking right now, sir?
No, I'm not. I'm
it's-
not. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. I've been at Dave's channel tonight. I'm not drinking. So,
Well, you are slurring a whole lot. What you taking,
whatever
man?
I'm slurring, I'm tired. I worked all night. But what you're trying to say is, you're trying to say that you know who is saved and who is not saved.
I
That's
don't
what.
think I ever made that claim.
You made that claim tonight. You said, I know who is saved and who is not saved. You said, I know who belongs to the Lord and who does not belong to the Lord. That's what you were saying tonight.
All right. Well, I tell you what. You and Basement Dweller get together and make a meme of me saying those
Basement
exact
Dweller
words.
is not he's not my brother.
I can't tell. You're both misrepresenting me.
Yeah,
Birds of a
Charles.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Paul, yeah, Charles is he's more, I would say, free grace than I am, like as far as like the natural teachings of it. I'm more moderate.
Does Charles have some kind of providence that I don't know about?
Yeah, he's seminary. He has he knows the
So he has providence. He has some sort of providence.
I do attend a Free Grace seminary. I do interact with Free Grace proponents. I mean, does that count for anything?
No, it doesn't. Only
Well,
scripture.
if I'm not Free Grace, then who is?
Me.
Oh yeah, you sure are being pretty legalistic to me. How do we know that you're Free Grace?
There's no legalistic in you telling you that your legalism is bullshit. There's no legalism in me telling you.
So if I tell you your position is
why did you
BS,
accuse me? Wait a minute. Why did you accuse me of drinking?
Because you slur your speech.
I'm tired. I worked all night. Why did you accuse me of that?
I just ask people that way if you're having a conversation, because it even talks about it in the Proverbs. If someone's underneath the influence, you're not going to have a productive conversation.
But
it says that's like grabbing a dog by its ears.
Whatever dog you're trying to grab me by the ears, see what it'll do for you.
You can't even. I'm talking about a proverb of the Bible, and you automatically assume that maybe you're just crazy all the time and not when you're drinking.
Maybe I'm not drinking. That's
maybe you're always incoherent.
Maybe you're not free grace. How about that?
Well, maybe you should show it in a debate.
I could.
Put your money where your mouth is.
I will.
We'll talk to SFT. Set it up. Hey, Praise. I would like permission to share this last verse.
How come you have to default to SFT when I challenge you? Is he the arbiter of free grace? Is that what he is?
No, let me tell you what SFT is. SFT is Don
Let me
King.
tell you what you are. Here's what you did tonight. What you did is you railed on everybody and called them free grace. And then you called yourself free grace while railing on everybody. So I'm not sure what you are.
Well,
are you moderate free grace?
Well, when you sober up, let me know. Maybe you're just tired from work, but either way,
I am tired.
Get some sleep, and then rewatch this stream, and you'll see that what you're saying is not correct.
I don't need. Wait. Hold on a second. I don't need to take a break. I'm with you.
Well, then take a jump in a lake.
Yeah, I don't need to take a jump in a lake. I live near a lake. I
Well,
don't
don't
need
jump
that.
in it.
So all of a sudden, you are the arbiter of what free grace is?
No, but I can tell you where the lake is.
No, tell me what free grace is.
You tell me what free grace is.
See, there it is. There it is.
Well, you tell me when you got 10 debates defending free grace. And I'm fixing to make it 11-1 if you step in the ring. But
Right. So what you've done here is you figure out a way to call me like some kind of drunk. You figured out a way to call me.
No, I asked you a question. That's observational questions. You know, that's like when a cop pulls you over and says, "Hey, do you know why I pulled you over?" You know, he's trying to see if you're coherent or not.
Actually, what happened tonight is I pulled you over. That's what happened.
Well, here, then you can eat my dust until you're ready to debate. God bless.
No, I don't. What a little bitch.
Yeah, I was dying on that one. And the cat's out here fighting. Cats out here fighting. They don't know what they want. Cats out here are fighting. They all just want some food. And they're all just feral too. All just feral cats. This harmonica's seen better days. I wonder if there's a way to repair the damaged ones. I'll bet Harmonica Man would know. I'm afraid to take it apart. Got my group in the morning. I'm here for it. You get a charger for this thing. The battery is draining like ridiculously slowly, as has been the case. It's a little better now. I switched to a different cable, so it's not draining as slowly. But obviously, I won't be able to go too long, so I have to conserve that thing. I don't know if I can do the. I should be able to do the group from mobile. It's just, should probably figure that out, huh? But nope, I'm gonna procrastinate it. I just plan to do it here on my Chromebook. What the fuck is that? I see. I keep thinking I'm gonna go to watch later, and then I'm like, what is this thing that's being recommended to me? First of all, I just want to know how long it is. 9 minutes. Okay. We can put that. There's no quick option for it. Okay. Jerk.
Okay, guys. Hi. So I'm going to unbox the Dyson Airwrap. Whenever I shop with Google, I know I can see a ton of user reviews to tell me exactly what I need to know about a product.
Because I know I put something in here I wanted to talk about. I must have. Oh, yeah. This one. both of these. Yeah, we'll start with Styx because I love Styx Hexenhammer 666.
All right, everyone. I would like to start off today with something that I've done a couple of times before, which is that I analyze the legacy media's write-ups about something major within sociopolitics, and I preemptively judge whether it's good or bad for the affected parties. And I've been pretty accurate using this methodology before. Of course, I do intend to watch the Trump town hall later, but I don't have time right now, as I have barely enough time to make my morning videos because I've got to go out and do a driver's practice sort of stuff later, which not my most fun part of the day, but it has to be done.
Okay, so this whole legacy media thing, it's like, yeah, so along with a lot of these freaking Trump weirdos, Styx is totally on this whole, like, any media that doesn't support Trump is legacy media, or they're being biased by legacy media. Like, even though you have like independent, liberal reporters, they're also just part of this legacy media. They just don't know it.
Get some trading on these small Euro roads. Always a fun decision. Anyway, I will watch that later, and in the live stream, I'll probably talk about it in more substance. I looked through some of the legacy media write-ups about the CNN town hall that was held the other day.
So what he means is he reviews like snippets and probably opinion pieces, more than anything. I don't know, whatever the reports are, but he just reads like the rundown, and then he's like, oh, I can totally tell you what happened and what's going to happen, and predict the future and stuff.
Donald Trump came aboard, and of course the moderator is a leftoid from CNN, and then you have some audience participation, specifically from Republican and independent voters there asking Trump questions. So far, what I see in the news is a fixation mainly on the format of the town hall itself and the moderator sucking. And so this is an indicator to me, and you can tell me in the comments if I'm right, without having seen a second of clip from the town hall, by the way. It sounds like Trump knocked it out of the park well enough so that they don't want to talk about any of the actual substance of what he said with regards to anything other than, hey, he didn't come out and take the knee because of J6 or something like that. Otherwise, most of the articles and most of their substance.
Right. So this is not an indicator that Trump knocked it out of the park. I mean, you're the fact that you think that, the problem is that Styx doesn't realize that he actually represents a fairly small group of Americans who are diehard Trumpists for reasons that Trump himself wouldn't even understand, right? Like, I don't think Donald Trump, if he were to hear, Styx's whole spiel, he'd just be like, well, you support me? He wouldn't fucking stand it, because if he did, he would probably be like, whoa, no, dude, you're, whatever, I can't do the Trump voice, especially not right now. But no, see, the problem is that small groups of faux intellectuals like yourself, well, no, I shouldn't. You are legitimately an intellectual of sorts. You're just a very confused intellectual, I would say, or whatever. But regardless, you're only going to align on so many points so many times, and then once I can't, I'm not going to sit here and try to catalog these things, but the fact is you are a fringe minority, right? You are part of a fringe minority who believes they are a majority because all of these fringe minorities coalesce on certain topics, and Trump seems to have been able to capitalize on that. But the problem is that you all don't realize how compromise works, right? You're political extremists, and that's why Trump was able to grab you.
Is complaining about the fact that the town hall happened at all. Well, the moderator didn't really know what she was doing. I mean, she tried, but ultimately the format made no sense, and it was a bunch of Republicans that were cheering Trump, and CNN has its head up its ass. Wouldn't you talk about, as if Trump did poorly, Orange Man bad? Wouldn't I expect the write-ups to be, here's the top 10 times that Donald Trump stumbled and failed. Clearly, he's not going to win.
I don't know why you would think those aren't coming. I mean, they're this video's a bit older now, probably a couple days or something, but so those articles are probably out there now, right? But he's like, why didn't they come out directly after because it takes time to write these kinds of things, man, and go analyze and critique everything meticulously over and over.
Yeah, I would expect that because of Trump derangement syndrome, but I'm not seeing any of that right now.
Yes, Trump derangement syndrome. It affects the left and the right, and if you don't like Trump, you must have Trump derangement syndrome because you don't like your president being a fucking moron who says stupid jackass shit all the time and fucking, makes us all look like dickheads. Yeah, that guy.
All I'm seeing is complaints about the moderator and the format itself. Well, then I'm assuming that Trump did well enough so that they can't add that into a write-up. They don't have enough to complain about to justify writing a piece. Of course, if he gets a softball, another complaint.
I wonder how many of those pieces have been written since making this video. Dozens, maybe hundreds? Worldwide, how many?
Oh, he was being softballed by the audience. Yeah, it's a bunch of Republicans. CNN clarified that a few days ago. Yeah, no shit. He has high-end in-party support, and so he's probably not going to get hammered by anyone other than the moderator. Yeah, CNN's fault, by the way, for doing that. They could have had a structure where they had undecided voters. Of course, then they can always have some obvious Biden voter plan.
I think what you're not realizing is that the people that Trump now has to sway are the Republicans because he ran with them, right? And he's planning on running with them again, but they don't, actually want him. You're not really swaying fucking liberals and Democrats and whatnots, undecided voters. What are those? Probably those people weren't even willing to participate if they were. I mean, and for a liberal legacy media platform like CNN, why would they try to give Donald Trump any leverage? They're like, let's just pitch you against your own people. This is your party. And you're like, no, Trump. Well, clearly he doesn't represent the party. That's incorrect. If he represented the party would be behind him, but they're not. And that's the issue at hand. And y'all are in fucking denial.
Plants in there to, wing a fastball at him. A few Republicans, you'd have uniparties like Rhino Republicans that lean off towards wanting Asa Hutchinson, or they want Jeb out of nowhere or something. Yeah, you could have really twisted the knife, but they didn't do that. So the whole thing appears to be a wash for the legacy media. CNN is getting hammered right now, mainly by liberals. See, it's funny. Right now, we're in a strange.
The interesting thing is that you always get you'll get a laugh and find surprise out of the fact that liberals are the ones criticizing everything. That's what we're supposed to be doing. All the fucking conservatives ever do is criticize liberals. Liberals criticize everybody, including themselves. That's what makes them liberals. Actually, progressives. Let's use the proper term. Progressives.
Strange juxtaposition where Fox is getting criticized by the right wing and CNN is getting dragged by the left wing. And it's the funniest thing ever. I mean, both networks deserve to be dragged. The fact that they're willing to have Trump aboard for a town hall doesn't mean that CNN is going to be fair and balanced news coverage, or they've decided to step off the TDS. What they wanted to do.
How about we call it CNNDS? Like you have CNN derangement syndrome. Like Fox is obviously, Fox News bad because it's, the actual legacy news thing that you're talking about where, at some point it, became this like two-headed mutant giant that, it is a complete soul, I fucking lost it. It destroys, lives. Fox destroys lives. Who's that guy? The guy that owns it? What's his name? I don't remember. But that guy, and all his cronies, they should be in prison, But I don't know. They're probably like buddies with Trump or something. Maybe all these people are actually in cahoots. Have you thought of that? Like all the people that you are, well, obviously you're criticizing Fox, but you're not going to I don't know, criticize, maybe you would criticize the guy who owns Fox, but does he have, what Trump likes Fox, Trump loves Fox, doesn't he? I mean, that last I heard.
Do probably here is have the moderator screw him. That appears that the attempt failed. More than anything else, an attempt was made. It was unsuccessful. So having not watched a single clip or gotten...
You heard it here from the horse's mouth. He hasn't watched any of this. He's making predictions about what happened, and based on something he read from a source he doesn't like and doesn't trust, I guess. I don't know.
Gotten actually any tips about interesting moments, just knowing that the town hall occurred and looking through just like the headline, lamestream and missing link media stories. Yeah, Trump, I
like that. I don't know if I've heard that before. Missing link media. Yeah. I don't know what that, I guess I get it.
I guess won the town hall. He won his battle against CNN. Otherwise, I think that there would be other things that they would be complaining about right now. So I'll take a look at that later. I'll watch the whole thing again. I'll be a little bit lower energy today during my live stream. Don't expect me to be quite as peppy and sarcastic as normal because it really takes a lot out of me to go out into public for extended periods.
Oh yeah, I can totally relate. It takes a lot. I don't want to go out in the public for extended periods of time. But wait. What did you just say?
And otherwise, I think that there would be other things that they would be complaining about. Right?
Yeah, right there. Right, yeah. Well, there definitely would be, and there are. But the thing is, like beating a fucking dead horse with this guy, and we can't complain about the same shit over and over again enough. And the legitimate journalists, if you will, I guess, whatever you'd call them, these people, we considered it wise long ago to stop giving this man oxygen, right? Just stop giving him oxygen because he's so fucking toxic. He's like one of those, what's that thing that, kills all the oxygen because it just eats it. It's like, those things that existed before life on Earth, as we know it, where we, the oxygen thrives. Before there was no oxygen and there were these things, they lived and every time oxygen came, it just fucking ate it, that type of shit. That's what he is. I'm lagging. Howdy, Halsey. Don't mind me. Just chilling like a villain. All right, we'll let this guy finish whatever the fuck he was talking about while I figure my shit.
Right now, so I'll take a look at that later. I'll watch the whole thing again. I'll be a little bit lower energy today during my live stream. Don't expect me to be quite as peppy and sarcastic as normal, because it really takes a lot out of me to go out into public for extended periods of time. And when I do something that I'm not used to, like driving in European conditions with European road rules, it takes a lot of focus, because I tend to hyper-analyze everything around me, and so it drains me. I'm an extreme introvert in that sense. I'll be looking into that. I expect to see some good zingers. I expect the audience to be cheering Trump largely, him to do a good job, and really any problems that they have are partisan. Well, that's the other part of it. Republicans don't care about the same kind of things that partisan Democrats will, whether it's the Republicans in the audience or in general. Many independent voters don't as well. Right now, we're a day away from a border catastrophe, number one. A recession, an official one, is looming up before us. The banking sector has suffered one of its largest failures in U.S. history, and really there's going to be a delayed reaction. That was just the foreshock, and it may get even worse than that before the main event happens. All while we have sticky inflation and multiple new conflicts that we're participating in. There's a reason why Biden's approval is falling again, and that'll be juxtaposed because he's the presumptive Dem nominee with Donald Trump. And people, I think, in the end will remember, hey, Orange Man bad, yeah. Mean tweets bad, yeah. But I had a job, and I didn't have to have a second one to pay the groceries, because I didn't take out a credit card to buy basic necessities for my kids. There wasn't as much crime. I didn't hear about the border all the time, except in the context of the Republicans slow walking it on fixing the problem, which finally
All right, well, this is a fucking total trash box. Is this guy really in the reality where under Trump everybody's lives was X, Y, and Z, and now it's fucking chaos, it's catastrophe? Does he not realize that this happens at every election cycle? They're like, look at all of these issues, and then the election dies down, and they're just like, I don't know, why don't we all just get along, man? And they do this every fucking time, and they're, it's like we're caught up in this loop. A lot of people caught up in this loop. They only pay attention to big picture issues around the elections, and then they tend to oversimplify them, and then they go back to their normal everyday routines, and they kind of forget about them. And it doesn't matter which party does it, they're both doing it, right? We're all playing the same fucking game here, right? But for an anti-established, libertarian, whatever the fuck you are, you're just feeding right into the shenanigans, man. Trump feeds into the shenanigans. Trump is the extreme of feeding into the shenanigans. These are the shenanigans. Come on, man.
finally was patched up at least somewhat in the end of his presidency. Things were better under Donald Trump. That could be his fucking
a purely subjective statement. No evidence. No evidence. No.
Campaign slogan. Weren't things better when I was there? Or Orange Man made sure that you were able to buy groceries. But Senile Man doesn't do that. So I expect the town hall to be quite entertaining, mainly because I'm hearing very little about the substance within it from the legacy media. So I wonder if I'm correct. You can fact check me preemptively. Again, I have not watched it at this time. That's about all. Peace out.
Good job on the prelim as usual, Sticks, and we'll see how that works out for you in hindsight. My shit's gone to shit. I think there's a plane flying overhead. It says I have good Wi-Fi connection, but then I get this fucking trash box. I don't know. I can't explain it. Need to legit build up my system here. We'll see how this sounds on playback, but it's now midnight here in gloomy and dark California, USA, where the sun never shines and the zombies roam in the daytime. Do not come to California. There's an evil place of sin and vice where your soul will be stripped away from you. You'll be covered with tattoos. They'll change your gender and make you into a trans, homo, bi, pan, queer, sexual, automaton, subscribing to the new woke liberal man, fueled by the legacy media. I don't know. It's going somewhere in that direction. I don't know. I don't know. Where are we going? So there was that video. I have this group in the morning, and according to my schedule, I should be up for a little bit longer. Even though I'm very tired, I woke up way before my schedule today, but that's kind of the idea, right? It's a scheduled burnout. If you look at this strategically, built myself up to this point now. And, if I can wear myself out during the course of a day, then I won't have so much anxiety at night. And then I won't be fucking frothing at the mouth about how the buses are always late. I'm always late to work. No, I'm actually not always late to work. That's untrue. I have occasionally been a bit tardy at risk, but usually I'm pretty punctual. It's just those off days can get pretty fucking intense. We lost a subscriber. I don't know who that was. I don't think you can actually see. Sometimes it tells you when somebody's new subscribes to your channel if their channel's set up for that. If it's not set up for that, then you just get subs and lose subs, and you don't know who they are. And maybe they intended it to be that way. They'd like to be incognito, and that's cool too. We're up to 152, down to 151. Don't watch the numbers too much. Notice some patterns emerge here as we go through this thing. So yeah, I got some more perspective today. Some more perspective on things. And it's quite an interesting and fascinating experience. And I'll put it in the autobiography, which is always being worked on. Got some of the things on my list accomplished today. And Most of them I did not, but I accomplished the main things, the necessities. That's the point. Oh god, that tastes like ass. Don't ask. It's gonna burn all funny too. Sunday is Mother's Day, and hold on, let me count on my fingers like a fucking second grader. First grader. This is first grade level here. I'm all. Hold on. That's funny. Okay. Right. Yeah, we got the right month. Okay. So the 3-month anniversary of my self-love commitment. And it's been a fucking ride. Spooky. Good to see you. Spooky bed here in the house. Got eyes. Eyes from Spooky. Eyes from Halsey. I see you. So Mother's Day this Sunday will be the 3-month anniversary of my self-love commitment, and it's been a rocky road, but I think it's going in the right direction with a little help from my friends, my coworkers, the community. It's working. It's not always going to be perfect, but it's progress, not perfection, as those friggin' AAers would say it. So I'm going to start my group in the morning here and continue on with my day. I made a plan, I followed through with it, and I was successful. That's what counts. Every time you make a plan, you follow through, and it's successful. You can build on that, and that's where I'm at every day. Just try to plan out my day and get to the end of it without having some kind of fucking catastrophe, So that's about that. But it has been a long day. I think I'll probably quit the stream while I'm ahead. Seems like the sensible thing to do. And wind down for bed. So Monday, yeah, I was hoping to talk about a thing, and I think it's important. I keep kind of taking down these mental notes and trying to sort out this problem of mental deprogramming or something, or how we're a little bit programmed to certain behaviors that maybe we should start to avoid, even though they may seem logical. In particular situations, like in the big picture of things, they're not logical. And yeah, I don't know. It's something about, not having a home and not really jiving with the way society works and how it affects your brain or something. But I don't know. That's for another time. This time I'm going to say, as always, much love, be well, be kind, and stay trustworthy. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good one.